Hi, this is Catherine.
And Ashley and Cassandra.
We will be talking about the OT eval process and the assessments we have learned throughout the semester and how using concept maps has helped to organize all the information to make it easier when we study.
The OT eval process begins with formulating the occupational profile through interview, chart review, and observation of the client. Some assessments can be used in this step when trying to get a better picture of the client, such as the COPM, the role checklist, activity card sort, and others. The next part of the OT eval is the analysis of occupational performance, or more observation, task completion, and overall client factor assessment that helps to identify the strengths and weaknesses of that particular client. These assessments used in this part of the OT eval includes any motor assessment, sensory assessment, or a cognitive assessment, as well as many others.
In this video, we will be showing you how to make a concept map using a program called XMind. Concept maps can be a useful study tool because they help you to build a better understanding of the material by visually illustrating the relationship between concepts and ideas and by making connections amongst those concepts.
But before we begin constructing the concept map, we need to know what information is important and relevant to place into our map. To determine this, we read the book chapter that goes along with the topic, highlighting and making notes of what we think should go into our map. Now we have a better idea of the topic and can organize the information accordingly. After reading and highlighting, we are now ready to construct our map.
We will begin by choosing what design we normally select before constructing our map. When the chapter has a lot of overall broad information, we choose the basic map design, so it spreads out the information. But if the chapter has similar information comparing concepts, we choose the organization chart up to down design so we can easily compare topics.
For this certain concept map, we will choose the organizational chart design as we are comparing the differences and similarities between common assessments used in occupational therapy. Then choose a theme to represent your map.
Okay, now to start building the map. First things first, what is this concept map about? The central topic describes what you will expect to see in the map. For this concept map, we chose the title Motor Assessments, as it gives a general idea of what our concept map will be about.
Pressing enter will close the text box and highlight blue around the topic. From here, I can either press enter again or tab in order to get a main topic box under the central topic. You can have however many main topics you want. So type in what your first topic will be about, and then press enter.
Now you can either keep building off of this one main topic by clicking tab and having a subtopic box underneath, or you can press enter and add another main topic. I normally like to add all of my main topics first so I'm able to go back and add or delete something if I need to. So I'll go ahead and add all of my main topics now, again by pressing enter.
Once I am done adding all of my main topics, I start from the left side and begin adding subtopics underneath. This is done by simply clicking on your main topic you want to add information under and pressing the tab button. Again, you can have as many subtopics as you want. After you are done typing the information into this subtopic, press enter and then tab again if you want to continue adding subtopics underneath. If your topic has categories or steps or something that you would want to compare, you can click on the subtopic you are comparing and press enter in order to get a second or third branch.
After I am done adding all of the information into my first main topic, I move on to the next one and do the same process until all of the information is added into all of my topics.
After all of the information is added, I begin the editing process to make my map more organized and color-coded.
There's also a feature that allows you to add multiple sheets in one map. For example, we already have the motor assessments done, but we want to make a map for the sensory assessments. By going to the bottom of the screen where it says Sheet 1, right-click and then select New Blank Screen. This starts a brand new map using the same organizational chart design. You can also right-click on the Sheets tab again and rename the sheet so you know which one is for motor, which one is for sensory, and etc.
So we can use this concept map to study. For example, we can minimize the subtopics underneath a particular assessment and quiz ourselves on the answers. And when we come up with answers, we can make the information visible again to check and see if we were right. We can use this in the future, for example, when we're on our Fieldwork 1 or Fieldwork 2 assignments. We can go back and look and see at the different assessments available to us. We can also use this as an occupational therapist to see the bank of assessments we've built throughout our academic career. We can also add more assessments as we learn them in classes in the next semester and future semesters, so we have assessments accumulated over our entire time here in the master's program. So this first assessment, I have the one sensation assessment, which I chose to do the Simmons-Weinstein filaments. I have one cognitive assessment, the Coglia category, one home safety assessment, the Westmead home safety, and then one assessment for activities of daily living, the FIM. So I chose to do all 4 of these on one big map instead of breaking it up into several different maps because of the vertical organization available for this particular style. I've also organized the information in each category the same way. So you can see that for each of the different assessments, I started with the purpose all 4 times. That makes the information easily accessible. We also included things like measures, client factors, population, materials, scoring, and strengths and weaknesses of the different assessments. We included this information because we only wanted to put information in our concept map that led us to the details. So we didn't want to include every little thing about each assessment. We just wanted things to remind us about what the assessment was about. I also have arrows, you can see here, connecting some of the assessment categories down here. So I did an others section because obviously these 4 that I've gone into detail about aren't the only 4 assessments available to each of those 4 categories. So I've listed some other assessments that also, like for example, sensation. We could also do light touch, proprioception, etc. If I don't think the one I've expanded on is the one that I need. It's a reminder that there are other options for me. I've done the same with home safety and with cognition. So you can see the arrows connecting them. These are off to the side and not included in their little box, so I've separated the information, but the arrows bring everything together and make it cohesive. So now we'll talk about how we can use different colors for our map.
Okay, so for the coloring part of my map, I like to label each assessment a different color. That way it's easier, more organized, and also helps to guide my eyes when I'm studying. You can use this feature to select all of the subtopics, and then on the right side, you can choose whatever color you want. Also, you can change the border color as well, and the line color. You can also increase or decrease the font here.
Okay, so one of my favorite features of XMind is the ability to insert hyperlinks. I usually insert hyperlinks next to each main idea for a quick reference if need be, and sometimes I use more than one if I find a lot of good online sources. XMind is a great study tool for students at all levels. Concept maps combine important information for easier and more efficient studying all around.
We enjoy using these concept maps for note-taking and for studying purposes. We also are looking forward to be able to use our combined knowledge of all the assessments in one spot to make it easy for us to look at during fieldwork too. We definitely know we'll use it then.
Thank you for listening.